Well, if you're not familiar with Lost Continent, it's a giant reptile monster movie from the early 50s, I believe.
Kitty!
Up there, on the rock.
You mean by that gargantuan lizard?
Art is art, but I just don't see it.
I'd say Doc's been sniffing his polychlorinates again.
It had kind of all the elements of 50s sci-fi monster movies that were just prevalent of that era. And, you know, it had the whole atomic rocket crashing somewhere, and the cheesiness of the special effects or lack thereof. And it had, you know, the cast was, I think, was a big appeal to us.
Whoa, I can see our careers from here.
It stars Cesar Romero, who was the Joker on Batman, the TV series, for those of you who might not be aware of that. Hey, wait a minute, I thought Heath Ledger played him. And Sid Melton, who was on the Danny Thomas Show and the Dick Van Dyke Show. And Whit Bissell, who was in every movie ever made, literally. And also, personal favorite of mine, Hilary Brooke from the Abbott and Costello Show is also in it. And of course, Hugh Beaumont, who played one of the most iconic sitcom dads of all time, Ward Cleaver on Leave It to Beaver.
Beaver? June, what are you doing here?
And we even did a sketch with Mike Nelson playing Hugh Beaumont.
Hello, boys.
Hugh Beaumont?
Oh, come on, call me Dad.
I think the actors in a movie can play a big role in whether you choose to do it on Mystery Science Theater or not. You know, it's because if they're people that you're familiar with, and you personally watching the movie have your own pop culture history with the character, it just makes it easy to make those kind of stream of consciousness pop culture associations that I think people have come to associate with Mystery Science Theater.
Gilligan! Little buddy! Oh, they must all be out in the lagoon.
Whoa.
And I think part of the charm of this episode is it has a very loose kind of feeling to it.
Twinkie wrappers. We were here before.
Yep.
I'm going to ask this once again, and it's only for the sake of conversation, but what do you think is the tastiest part of the human body? Hands?
Some of the riffing isn't polished in a good way, you know. I mean, it's all written and everything, but they brought the reality of Joel and the robots to life in their performing of the characters. You know, it isn't so much that they're cracking wise, which they are doing constantly, but it's very much in character. In this particular episode, I think, is a good example of that.
We may have hit something important, Major.
Like the plot?
Uranium.
Please say it's the
It
plot. I
explains a lot
hope
of
it's the
things.
plot.
Why the plane went out of control when we flew toward the island.
Why domestic comedies are so
We
successful.
must have entered a field of radiation. Then when we dropped below the mountain, we passed out of it. It lost its effect.
Why couldn't you have told us this 20 minutes ago, Hugh?
Again.
What it's most famous, I think, among Mystery Science Theater fans is that it has one of the longest rock climbing sequences in cinema history, something that we made a big deal out of because it was a very painful thing to make it through.
Joel, why are we watching this dull mountain climbing sequence?
Well, because it's there.
So of all the elements I've mentioned, giant monsters, Cesar Romero, the phrase that MST fans remember most from this movie is rock climbing, Joel, rock climbing.
No one will be admitted during the breathtaking climbing scene.
Rock climbing, Crow.
Rock climbing.
Rock climbing, Joel.
It isn't overrun by dialogue. There's a lot of room for riffs, but with the endless rock climbing sequence, there was too much room for riffs in a way. And I think if you watch this, you see Crow and Tom Servo kind of break down, and Joel tries to bring them back to sanity.
Stay with me, baby.
Come on, stay with me, baby. Is that all you can say?
Kill them all! Kill them, please!
Come on, hey, you guys, calm down. Hey, it's only a movie. We can handle it.
The very premise of the show is very much right there in theater sequences. You know, not just that it's these clever people making wisecracks, it's that they're trapped in a movie theater. They have to sit through this sequence. They have to make it through somehow.
Come on, God! Why?
This is a
Why?
madhouse!
Why?
A madhouse!
I never knew Mountain Time was so slow.
And there were other movies, too, that we did that had endless sequences of people walking and Padding the film was a big part of what filmmakers did, just to get it up to the running time so they could exhibit it.
Got to try and keep padding out the film. Got to pad the film.
For those reasons, even though like the rock climbing sequences might have been painful for us to do, it made it a very appropriate movie for us to do.
You know what a miracle is, Lieutenant?
The words, the end?
Amen.
And, oh, did I mention rock climbing? Rock climbing, guys. Rock climbing.